Hi everyone and welcome to my place. I'm just going to have a little sip of coffee because it's sitting here waiting for me. If you would like a coffee, why don't you go make yourself a coffee, settle down and have an adventure while I go through. It's a 2-for-1 today, I know. Isn't that great of me? But I've had a request from a number of my subscribers wanting to know what to do with Proteas. I went to the market yesterday and all I could get was these ones. Very, very nice, but I wanted the big king Proteas, the big white ones with the little black bits. But anyway, that was all I could get, and I've got these artificial ones which will be fine for what we want to do today. So starting with the first one, I've got this really lovely container here, and I love this raffia plaiting around the base, and I also like that really lovely little white line there. And when I look into these Proteas there, I can almost see a little tinge of white, so I think that that will be quite beautiful coming through from that little band there. I've also got, for this design I'm going to do, some of this lovely willow. I love willow. And if you're ever stuck on wanting to know how to get your arrangement to have a bit of movement, then things like willow is a great material to use because it's already got that lovely movement in it. And the other thing that's lovely about this for a colourway, that raffia down there is sort of like connects in with that as a texture. And when you look into it, I can see those little dark colours there, which sort of like is reflected through to there. So you've got this lovely pattern here, which is just gorgeous and textured. And then you've got this lovely line here with the same colour. So this lovely pattern is sort of like all contained with one area, and then to extend that out and give it a little bit more movement just by putting the branch in, that's going to make it look even bigger and give it a little bit more visual interest. Right, into here I've got some foam, some wet foam, and on top of that I've just put some little baby tears because I didn't have any moss, so I thought, well, what else could we use? That was my choice of using this. But I like to, if I can, cover the foam before I start. Right, I'm just going to push that down into there and then bring that, and I want it to just be sort of as free form as I can get it, that around to there like that, and then I'll just twist that, hopefully that stays there, hopefully. Now one might be enough. Yes, I think that one will be enough for today. Now with your Proteas, just get these, and because the sticks aren't all that nice, you know, the stems, I don't really like them, and this is the other thing that I don't like. It gets that little black bit, but by using that branch there, which is connecting in the same colourway as the raffia, it actually sort of works together. So if you ever stuck, just look at what's happening with the plant to know what textures to put together. Now I'm going to cut these all to the same length. And I like to cut everything all at that length before I start, so that when I do get into designing, it's just a matter of going clunk, 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 clunk. That's easy designing. Right, these here I'm just going to put really, really low into my design, like so. Oh, look at that, just like little heads all just popping out. Now where I've put that branch around there, which I think is going to move, I'm going to put that into there, and I've got one left, so I think I'm going to put it into there. Now the great thing about this is the Proteas will last for weeks and weeks and weeks, and even when they dry off and die, it's still going to be, they'll retain their colour. So by using the raffia, that's a dead sort of tonal value, these will dry off. But the other thing is, if you keep this watered, the little baby tears will actually start to grow all over your Proteas. So you've actually got this really lovely living design that continuously changes, and I really, really like that. These here are really, I love this type of design for on a coffee table, or 2 of these if you're having a function, a dinner at home. 2 or 3 of these running along the table can look really nice, and especially because they're not too tall, you can actually see over them. And I really love with the willow that you get this beautiful line and this lovely movement going around, which I think is quite special. Right, that's your first one. I'll put that way over there. Now looking at this design here, this is where I wanted the big king Proteas, because they're so big that sometimes you're faced with, oh my goodness, what will I do with them? So I thought, well, we'll just continue. I've done this design before. I think I use sunflower, so just refer back to the sunflower design with how I constructed it. But basically I've just put some foam down the bottom here, just some green foam, and then I've put this lovely little cylinder shape here of, it's an artificial buxus, which is just fantastic for giving a little bit of height to a design. And as I said, I really wanted to use just the one single flower, which would have just sat on the top there. But I've got 3 of them, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put those at the top, and almost like a high topiary, which are all the rage. Ah, look at that, that looks fantastic. I love that, with this plain shape here, this beautiful, with its flat lines and a little bit of curve, and then this lovely line up here with all this lovely green, and then all of those stems going down into the foam. This will also last for ages and ages and ages, and if you wanted to do something, just add a little bit more to it, just get some little berries, and these could just go around the edge like so. And then if you wanted to give it even more movement, I'm into movement at the moment, that could go around there like that. And I really need a piece of wire about now, but I don't know where it is, but never mind, that'll do. So that could just go down into there, push that in. Ah, look at that. So that's breaking up that. Oh, look, this is going to annoy me. But that's okay, because what I'll do is I'll just tie those off, because you don't always have wire on hand, do you? No, you don't. There you go. How's that? 2 for 1. Easy designing into 2 ways with Protea. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed sharing, and I will see you another day.